Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Sephora try-on haul for you, but also testing out a couple new makeup products that I got in PR. It's a little bit of a mixture, but it is mostly all high-end products from Sephora and online. But I'm really excited because I have some good stuff here. I have the Shayla and Dose of Colors eyeshadow palette, and I also have a new concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, a new concealer from Milk Makeup, a new mascara from Tower 28, and a couple things from House Labs, which is Lady Gaga's line. I did a first impressions on her line, but I got a couple other things that we're going to try out today. So make sure you guys grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. Okay, so of course, starting off with the eyes, I already primed my lids and I set everything, and I used the Dominique Cosmetics Everlasting Eye Base, and then I just set that down with some Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. So now we're going to move into eyeshadow, and I'm going to go in with the Shayla X Dose of Colors Wifey eyeshadow palette. I already love Dose of Colors eyeshadows, so I already know this is going to be amazing. But how beautiful is this palette? I feel like these tones are not only perfect for a bride, but also for the fall time in general. So I'm gonna go in with this soft brown first, and I'm gonna apply that as my transition shade. Comment down below if you guys are getting married or if you've had a wedding. When were you guys married? Let me know. It's about to be 3 years for me and Hector, which is like insane. I feel like we just got married, and looking back, I do like my makeup, but I wish I would have did things a little bit different. So I may have to recreate my wedding makeup and like how I would do it this year if I was getting married again, which I'm not, but you know. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend that color in there. I love Dose of Colors. I just did a fall makeup look using one of their palettes, but they really do have amazing quality formulas. So smooth, these eyeshadows. Like when you blend them out, they just apply so nicely. Okay, then I'm gonna go into this brown shade right here, and I'm gonna put that pretty much all over my lid. I'm gonna do a halo smoky eye today. So this is, for me, I always say the easiest way to do this kind of look is just pretty much putting the dark shade all over the lid and then adding the shimmer right in the center. Always looks crazy at first, but trust the process, bear with me. I like to apply the shade first, and then I'm going to take a smaller brush to kind of maneuver in the crease a little bit better. But I like to just fluff that color in there. This is actually a blending brush from BH Cosmetics. And then taking a smaller brush, this one is also from BH, just to fit into the crease a bit more. I'm going to blend that out. And then we blend with that same brush that I was using. This one is also from BH. I'm just gonna diffuse out the edges of this just a little bit. My lids are a little bit dry. I wonder if you can see that, but like right here, they are so dry. That's how you know the cold air is coming. It's been super chilly like at night and in the mornings, and I swear like my skin, especially my eyelids, they always get really, really dry. It's super annoying. Whenever I do halo smoky eyes, I do like them to be pretty dark, like the inner part and the outer part, because then the shimmer really pops in the center. So I am gonna build this up. Then we gotta do the same thing on the other side. I'm probably gonna only use these 2 colors in here, and I might use the black as well, like as far as the mattes, but these are really, really rich and pigmented. I love that you can keep building these colors up, and the color just becomes even more rich and pigmented. Now we're gonna go in with the shimmer, and this is really gonna pop. For the center, I'm gonna take this color right here. This one is called, I think it's, okay, dress code. This one is called Cabo. And I am gonna spray my brush because I literally do this with like pretty much all of my eyeshadows. It just helps the colors to stick better, and then they pop more. And I'm just using Milani Make It Last. Yes, love. I might even make this a little bit bronzier by adding in that coppery shade right at the end and just mixing it in there. Ooh, yes, I love that. Of course, we're gonna blend out the edges, but I like to just pack on that color first, just to get it exactly where I want, and then I diffuse the edges with the clean brush. Blending that out. I'm gonna take more of that bronzy tone right here. Love it. And I'm gonna add more of that just with my finger. Dipping your brush in and then spraying it always makes the shadows pop and makes them a little bit more just like vibrant. So especially when there's shimmers, it really brings out that shimmer, so I always recommend doing that. There is fallout with this palette, but I feel like there's fallout with all of my eyeshadows. If there's one thing I'm heavy-handed on, that is my eyeshadow. I've definitely calmed down as far as the face, the complexion, like not being super heavy-handed, but the eyes, it's just me. These two colors right here, really beautiful combo. It's the perfect bronzy eyeshadow combo. Okay, first impression I love. I think the quality of the eyeshadows is just like their other eyeshadows. So I love that it is consistent. So I don't think I'm gonna do any winged liner, but I think I definitely wanna use this black because I can only imagine how like intense that is. So I'm gonna basically kind of stamp that black on my lash line just to give me a little bit of like a liner look, but I don't really wanna do a wing. I'm gonna keep the eyes kind of rounded today. So let me get an angled brush. Where are you? Angled brush. Okay, I'm gonna use this one from Shop Miss A. It's just like a little brow brush, but you can also use it for eyeliner. And what I'm gonna do is just like I said, stamp that eyeshadow right on my lash line, right up top. Ooh, I like that. This is a really nice black too. And just blending out the inner part of my lids because I always sometimes forget to do this. When I look back at my videos, it drives me crazy because it looks so dark right here, and I want it to be still dark in the inner corner, but I don't want it to be too dark in this area, like towards the bridge of my nose, because then it creates this really weird shadow. So we have a new mascara to try out, and I don't want to like speak too soon, but I don't think I'm going to use any false lashes today, which is a really big deal for me. But I'm going to go in with the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, and this one I have in Jet. They actually were kind enough to send this to me, so I'm excited to try it out. I've actually heard really good things about it, and this is what the wand looks like. It's like curved. Okay, let's do it. And this is supposed to be like a clean mascara that's good for sensitive eyes, so let's try it out. I'm going to curl my lashes. Now this is not a waterproof mascara, so it's probably not even going to hold a curl, but we'll see. I'm also really quickly going to tightline my upper waterline. I always like to do this because it just makes that root of your lash very dark. And this is just an Essence eyeliner pencil. Oh wow, it's like instant length. I like the formula of it too because it's kind of in the middle of like a wet and dry formula. It's not too wet because it doesn't feel really clumpy, but it's also not very dry, which I appreciate. I may curl my lashes again when I'm done because I don't really feel like it like held that curl. It does look nice. I mean, it's nothing revolutionary. My lashes obviously aren't like super long to begin with, but I do like the formula, and I think for once I'm just gonna leave this as is, and I'm not gonna do any false lashes, and then we'll test it out later on the lower lashes. But I'm gonna move into the skin. I don't have a new like primer or anything like that, so I'm just gonna add some extra moisturizer and eye cream, and I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics Confidence in an Eye Cream. This is so creamy, like feels so nice on the under eyes. And this is one of my favorite things to do now, especially before concealer. It makes such a difference with how your products apply. And this one specifically, like I said, is super like rich, creamy, and very hydrating. So I'm just putting on a little bit of this. I'm gonna add some moisturizer as well. And this one is also from It Cosmetics. By the way, it's the Confidence in a Cream moisturizer. Also very hydrating, creamy. I think it's a good daytime moisturizer because it does hydrate your skin, but it doesn't weigh the skin down, so it's not very greasy, but it does add some nice moisture back to the face. Okay, for foundation, one of the newer ones that I've tried that I really like is the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation from House Labs. And I just recently did a first impressions on this line, and I did a wear test on this foundation. It's so beautiful, so long wearing, very skin-like, but I wanted to get my perfect match. The color that I used in the video I felt like was a little bit too light. It was in the shade 220, I believe. So I got the color 250 light medium neutral. So let's try this out. But this foundation, like I said, is just so stunning. Like, it lasts through everything, through working out, through sweating. It's so beautiful, and I'm really hoping that this shade matches better. I think it will. And of course, I'm using my Anissa Beauty Pinnacle Foundation brush. Oh yes, I think that's actually a perfect match. Like, it matches my neck and the rest of my body flawlessly. I really like her undertones and like her foundation shades. Wow, that's so beautiful. Look at that. Like skin-like, a little bit glowy, but not too much. Can be buildable as well, but it's still gonna feel lightweight on the skin. Like it's not an intense foundation by any means, but I love how it wears. Like this is extremely long lasting, which I definitely appreciate in a formula. Ooh, yes, this is a good one. So this is a good one. Good splurge item to add to cart, I think. And I'm very happy with this color. It looks so good. I did about 2 pumps, by the way, and I used pretty much all of it, and it covered up everything that I needed it to. And I'm pretty sure I saw somebody on TikTok saying that you can get samples of this foundation. So if you wanted to try it out and you don't want to commit to the full bottle, because I know it is pricey, you can do that as well. But I am like so obsessed with it. Now for a concealer, I'm gonna do one on one side, one on the other, because I want to try out both. Let's start off with Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. The Charlotte Tilbury one I have in the color 7 Medium. Medium to buildable coverage, 16-hour wear, conceals, brightens, and lifts the look of skin. I actually wasn't a huge fan of her newest foundation. I like the original that she has, the matte one, more than the dewy one, but I'm curious about this concealer. I think I heard really good things about it, so let's try it out. And I'm going to use my Anissa Beauty concealer brush. Blends into the skin like really nicely. It does have like a dewy kind of finish to it too. It's definitely hydrating. Oh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, that's nice. It looks good on the skin. It's like very smoothing. It's definitely smoothing. I like the coverage that it gave, and it's also hydrating, which I really appreciate in a concealer because my under eyes can be a little crepey if I use something that isn't hydrating. But also, like I said, with that eye cream underneath, it helps a ton because it helps it to just glide into the skin so much better. Now, it does say here it is medium to buildable. I don't really feel like I need to add any more coverage though. Like I think this is like perfect. And then on the other side, I'm gonna go in with the Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer from Milk Makeup. This is supposed to be, I believe, full coverage, but let me look it up real quick. I think it is full coverage. And we can kind of compare finishes. So this one says it's a natural finish, medium coverage, and it's also hydrating. And I have the color 120. So I actually bought this concealer, but they also sent me a couple other shades that were a little bit too dark. So let's try out this color. First impression, this one feels a little bit thicker, like the formula, than the one from Charlotte Tilbury. I just cleaned my angled concealer brush. I used my IT Cosmetics brush bash just so that I can give this concealer a fair shot, and I've been really just loving this with all of my concealers, so let's try it out. Okay, I'm kind of gearing more towards the one from Charlotte Tilbury, like first impressions. I also like the shade a little bit more on this side. It's slightly brighter. But this one does provide coverage as well. I think they actually both look very similar. This one's hydrating too, which is nice. I think it's actually just the color that might be throwing me off a little bit, but it does provide, I would say, some good medium coverage. It's not super intense. Actually, they both look pretty smooth. I think the only difference is really the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit lighter, and I think if anything this one might be slightly more dewy, like with more of a dewy finish than the one from Milk Makeup, but they're both really hydrating. Okay, so here we have Milk Makeup. Again, the undertones are different, but I'm definitely gearing more towards the coloring. As far as the Charlotte Tilbury one, I think it looks much better, but they both provide some good coverage, I would say. And they both are very hydrating, and they have similar finishes as well. We are moving right along. I have the new, well, this is not super new, but it's new to me. I've never tried it. It's the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer from Makeup by Mario. I love his products. And so when I saw this, I was like, okay, yes, but also now that I'm looking at this like at home, because I feel like the lighting in Sephora is obviously so different than when you're at home. This looks so dark. I got this one in light medium, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I should have got the shade light, but let's try it out regardless. This is supposed to be like an overall kind of bronzing kind of product. Okay, wait, I think the colors are gonna be good. It's not too dark. It's supposed to add some warmth to your skin. Oh wait, that's pretty, the color. Ooh, I like it. And then when you dip your brush in, it's just like creamy, but it's very light. You can see it's not as pigmented as like your typical cream bronzer, but I think that's kind of the point. Like, it's supposed to be a skin enhancer, you know, like just add a little bronzy touch, call it a day. I feel like a product like this would be really pretty for like an everyday makeup look, like no makeup, and you just want a little bit of a bronzy touch, but you don't want like a full-blown intense cream bronzer. Looks like it is buildable though, as you can see. You can add a little bit more as you go. It just melts into the skin, and it looks very dark in here, but it actually shows up really nicely on the skin. It's not too pigmented, if that makes sense. I actually really like it. I think it's beautiful, and it gives like a sun-kissed kind of vibe. And I think this color, I was nervous about it, but it's a perfect match for my skin tone right now. So I'm happy with this. I think this looks so good. Now we have some cream blush. I have two that I'm gonna try out because that's what we do here. We try out multiple products on our face. So I have the Saie Cosmetics Dew Blush, and this one is in Rosy. I don't know why I've never tried this before because I'm a big fan of Saie Beauty. I always say Saie Cosmetics. It's Saie Beauty. Saie Beauty, they have great products. I love their powder. I love their tinted sunscreen. I love their skin tint. So really also love this packaging. It's like a big doe foot. So we're gonna try out this color, and I have another cream blush as well. I just spot cleaned that brush, and let's blend this out. I like the formula. It's a little bit like moussey, but gives really pretty pigment to the skin. That's gorgeous. So then I'm going to take the Haus Labs High Power Pigment paint in the color Blush Matte. So apparently this is like the perfect like pinky blush. I've been loving her eye paints. So when I saw this, I'm like immediately yes. It's the prettiest pink. It's very light, but let's try it out. This one is a little bit lighter than the one from Saie Beauty. Oh wow, but it's actually really pigmented when you blend it out. That's so pretty. The way that that just blended and melted into the skin, and like the tiniest bit goes a long way with these eye paints. It's crazy. The finish on this is definitely a little bit more matte, whereas Saie Beauty is more dewy. This is gorgeous though. Wow. A newer product that I really have been enjoying is the Haus Labs Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. I really like her setting powder because when you apply it, it almost doesn't even look like setting powder on your under eyes. It's the weirdest thing. It like sets your makeup, blurs your skin, but it's so lightweight. So I'm gonna take this and pretty much set my entire face with this. Starting off with my under eyes first. You see how that just like set, but it's still like smooth and lightweight on the skin. And I'm using a rounded tapered powder brush. This one is from Profusion. This comes in a couple different colors. I'm in the shade Translucent. I love it. There's no white cast also. Like, it doesn't make sense how it just smooths you out, but it doesn't even feel like powder on your face. This does have more of a natural finish though. It's not a matte translucent powder, so if that's what you're looking for, this is not it. But I feel like if you have combo skin, dry skin, normal skin, I think you would really like this powder. I feel like with the cream blushes, after I set them, you can actually see the one from Haus Labs more. So I definitely am gearing a little bit more towards this one. Now what I'm gonna do is add a little bit more blush. We're gonna amp this up a bit, and I picked up the Bio Radiant Powdered Highlighter, also from Haus Labs in Rose Quartz. This is supposed to be kind of like the perfect blush and highlighter in one, and you guys know I love products like this. It's more specifically Milani baked blushes. Like, that's the kind of vibe that I love, because then you don't have to worry about adding a highlighter over top. You can kind of use that as like a two-in-one product. So let's try this. My camera just stopped recording, and I really hope that it got what I just did. I really hope that it picked it up, but if it didn't, look at this glow. It gives off the prettiest like pigment wash of color while also adding a glow, which I'm a big fan of products like this. Like, that's why I love the Milani baked blushes so much, because you get that pigment, you get that glow, so you don't have to worry about using another highlighter over top. It's literally a two-in-one product, and that is the same thing with this. So pigmented, no kickback. As you can see, it's literally a gel kind of highlighter. When you apply it, it goes on so smooth. but it gives the prettiest like light glow, and it's not glittery like whatsoever. All right, now for lips. I'm so excited about the icing on the cake lip trio. So we have a lip liner, liquid lipstick, and then also a lip gloss. I love Dose of Colors lip colors, so bomb. So I'm gonna start off with the liquid lipstick. This one is in the color Final Touch. And then I'm gonna add the lip liner because the lip liner is darker. So I feel like if I add this first, it's gonna help the liner to blend into my lips a little bit better. I love this color. That's so pretty. This color is so beautiful. It's like not too nude, it's not too pink. It's the perfect combination of both on my skin tone, but I also feel like it's gonna look good on lighter and darker skin tones as well. And the lip liner I like because it's retractable, and this one is in She's Ready. Now I'm gonna top that off with the gloss, and this one is in Glass Slipper. It's basically a clear gloss with gold shimmer in it. This smells literally like a vanilla cupcake or like a wedding cake. And I'm just gonna add some inner corner highlight, and I have another Haus Labs Bio Gradient Gel Powdered Highlighter, and this one is in the color Sunstone. It's like the prettiest light gold. So perfect with this eyeshadow look, and I'm just gonna pop that right in the inner corner. Oh my gosh, I love this look. It's so pretty. Okay, then that's pretty much it. I'm gonna just set my makeup with my tried and true Milani Make It Last. Even when I'm doing a high-end makeup look, you know I gotta sneak in a drugstore product always, like always. Okay, so the makeup is complete, and now let's talk about some of these products. So my number one favorite product I think that I've tried recently that's high-end is the Haus Labs foundation. I just love how this looks and wears throughout the day. It's so beautiful. The coverage is stunning. Finish I love. Like everything about this, I'm really, really happy with it. And I also love this new shade that I got, 250 Light Medium Neutral. So good. And I think so much better than the other color that I originally got. So super happy with this purchase. I think this is a great splurge item. I love it. Also very happy with both of the concealers and the way that they look on my under eyes right now. At first I was kind of gearing more towards the one from Charlotte Tilbury, but I noticed that like after setting both of my under eyes, they both look really good. Like both of them, I can't really see a huge difference between them. And I also just want to mention I added just a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury press powder on both of my under eyes with the same fluffy brush. I've been really liking doing loose powder and then press powder over top of the under eyes. I think it just kind of takes it to the next level and makes it look a little bit smoother and softer in that area. But to be honest, I can't really see a huge difference between both of the under eyes. Let me know if you guys can, but I'm really liking both. But I thought the coverage and the finishes on both of these were really nice. I really also liked the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer from Makeup by Mario. It was just such a beautiful product. I love the color that it gave to my skin, but it was still really soft and pretty. So this is definitely just like the name. It's a skin enhancer, so it's not going to be as intense as a cream bronzer, but it's still going to give you that really light sun-kissed look, which I love. As far as the cream blushes, I really did like the one from Say Beauty, but when I set it with the powder, I did notice it kind of like fade away. So I'm kind of gearing more towards the one from Haus Labs because it went on super light, but then when I blended it out, the color almost looked more vibrant and a little bit darker than what I thought. So I'm very happy with this. And also the Haus Labs Radiant Gel Powdered Highlighter in Rose Quartz. This is just so stunning. I'm very happy with this product. I don't have, like I said, anything like this in my collection. And just like that glow with that really light pinky hue, it is stunning. It's everything. Like, I'm so happy with this. I definitely want to get the other color, the orangey shade. I feel like that would be also really pretty for the fall time. The Dose of Colors and Shayla collab is stunning. I like this palette too because I feel like you don't have to just limit yourself to use it. Obviously, if you're a bride, if you're getting married, I think just in general, it's a really pretty fall palette. The lip combo I also really like and feel like it would be beautiful on deeper skin tones. Now, I'm not super crazy about this mascara. Like I thought it was nice and it did show up on my lashes, but I mean, it's nothing revolutionary. I definitely have other favorite mascaras. I actually like, as far as high-end mascaras, I think I like the one from Rare Beauty more than this one personally. I mean, like I said, it's good, but like it's not like life-changing, you know what I mean? But yeah, that is everything for this little Sephora try-on haul slash first impressions, testing new makeup kind of thing. I didn't have like an entire full face of new makeup, so that's why I figured I could just kind of try on everything that I got. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is everything for now. Let me know if you've tried any of these products or if you've tried any good products from Sephora. Leave me a comment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye!